hope that old man got that tractor beam out of commission, or this is going to be a real short trip. Okay, hit it!
Looks like I used the wrong intro there, huh, Matt?
Yeah, I was like, what is happening right now?
That was a goof. Sorry, I put it onto a different theme, and I didn't realize that you hadn't updated the theme.
Yeah, it's probably my bad.
So okay, thanks. It's all Matt's fault.
I can take credit for Steve's mistakes.
Well, it wouldn't be one of our shows without a complete screw up. So
yeah, that's fine. It's not a big deal.
Hopefully this theme will work. Welcome everybody to our show. We're doing a little bit early today because we have our special guest from across the pond, Rob from RS Propmasters. How you doing, Rob?
I'm good. Thanks for having me again, guys.
Steve's dogs are going crazy.
Steve.
Good to have you, man. Good to have you.
It's like I can't help it all day during work. I have to keep apologizing to people because my freaking dogs. The thing is, you know, the mailman arrives, the dogs bark, and then the mailman leaves, and so they think mission accomplished. I need to keep doing that.
That's the problem. It's successful. It's always successful.
Right. So anyway, thanks for joining us, Rob. Matt, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Yeah, good. Just had a shoot yesterday, so got back from LA last night, so just recovering. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Good.
And thanks for joining us so early. I know it's a little bit early out there for you. You just got up a couple hours ago, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And today, yeah, just because I'm recovering. Yeah, it was a long day yesterday. So
yeah. All right. And Jason, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. That
print behind you, that's sweet. Love that print. That looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big boy, but it was quite the nightmare dealing with the framer during a pandemic.
Yeah, I imagine so.
A lot of hoops and obstacles, to say the least.
Man, it's beautiful though.
And I just triple frame, brother. And I just got to a point where I said, I told them, look, I'm done. Just
triple frame. It's unbelievable.
You can't see, but right here there's a gray.
Yeah.
You have a black fillet. Then you have a black blue mat, and then you have the inlay right here. So
you can't see it, but there's too many frames on that picture. But
too many frames. It's a big boy too. I mean, check this out. Thing is it's large.
So I'm looking at Rob's background, and I think I see. I don't remember seeing that R5 unit before over your left shoulder.
Oh yeah, that's a real work in progress at the moment.
Wow, that room's looking it's taking shape right now. Pretty good, man.
Well, it's a real mess, a real work in progress, but we're getting there. Anyway,
everybody
Steve,
thinks that, man.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday! I'm kidding.
Just so everyone knows, Steve made it so that we did this today because it's his birthday, and he wanted everyone to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the plan.
To acknowledge his birthday. No, I talked to Jason this morning, and Jason's like, did you say happy birthday to Steve? And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I just didn't know anything. And then I was like, well, why didn't we put something in the group? And Jason was like, well, I just didn't want to, didn't want to say anything if he didn't want me to say anything. I was like, I'm going to say something.
Yeah, I said I hit him up private, but I don't want to put him on blast. And I was like, we'll put him on blast.
You got to blast the shit out of it.
Yeah, 37 today. 37 years young.
Yeah, right. Look at him. Look at how young he looks. Either double that. Should we double that or triple that? What should we do, Steve? That's
always
awesome.
triple, brother. Triple.
Yeah. So, well, thanks. Yeah, actually, we were going to do this yesterday, but we can blame this on Rob. Rob decided. No, I can't. It was Rob, and it was me. I had a meeting. I had a meeting late yesterday, so I had a
and also it made it today, so we could all wish you happy birthday.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was I guess okay. The truth is, I'm an attention hound. What can I say?
Thrawn wants you to do a happy birthday as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, very good. All right.
Tiny Thrawn.
He was sitting on my desk, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We're here for a special live stream to give everybody an update on a project that we've got going on with RS Propmasters. I'm trying to remember when we announced it originally. It was quite a while ago, maybe 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
Was it May time? End of May?
Yeah, May the
sounds
4th, right?
about
May 4th-ish?
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
June, July, August, September. So a little bit over 4 months. Okay, good. And that is the Snowtrooper Commander Maquette, which is something that's a little bit different for you guys that you haven't done before. But I think it's the right way to approach this one. It's not it's a concept, and it's not really a wearable helmet, right? It makes more sense to do a mechanical on this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we wanted to get. I know everybody's been itching for an update, and you sent me some pictures recently, and there's been some progress and all that. And so it's time. It's time to share with everybody.
Well, Rob, it's nice to see you guys branch out and do something just a little different, and it's great because I know you're on your way slowly but surely to adult collectibles, adult toys, like the dildos, just things that everyone can appreciate that you would do. I think you're going to do a great job. So I'm excited. I know Simon's excited. I'm pumped.
One of the photos we have today kind of looks like it could be an adult toy.
It does. It does. When I saw that thing, I was like, I don't know if we should show that picture to everybody.
I think you should show the other picture first, and then that was the order they were taken in. I took the photo, but thinking of you guys, I thought I'll send this over. The moment I took it, I thought Steve needs to see this.
That's what I said, because I was like, because when you said those pictures, Steve, I was like, what are we doing? What's that? Right now?
And I turned it into the thumbnail, of course.
Very exactly. Right? Exactly. You really went with it. So that's cool.
If my Photoshop skills were better, it would have been even more pronounced. But alas, I'm not very good at that stuff. So
no, I'm excited for this new line. It's gonna be great.
So
Chris will use it.
This is as you say, a little bit of a departure, and sounding a little bit like the Bob Ross. It was a happy accident. We didn't know when we were beginning the project that this would be almost like I don't know, like a bonus piece to it, or it was completely unexpected that this item, this artifact was what we were going to find. So we wanted to share it, and we thought who better than with you guys. So this is completely exclusive to Rogue One 6. RS is not going to make this after this run.
Right.
We're not going to make any more. This will be it. So the edition size is the edition size, and that's it, and that's exclusive through Rogue One 6, and for you guys, this is a collector's piece, and
we appreciate that. That's really cool.
There was a synergy there straight away. So
Right.
We appreciate that a lot. Their job at giving us the awesome opportunity for this group.
Yeah, and it's cool. We got a lot of really good just people that are interested in this kind of stuff. Interested in both RS and the stuff you make regularly, and also just maquettes or busts or anything like that. We just got a lot of people that collect that stuff in our group, so it's kind of a perfect fit, which is awesome.
Exactly. So. and it's nice, and it's for us, it was an obvious outlet to be able to share this with people who would appreciate it, and would understand it.
Right. Yeah.
It may have taken some of us a little bit longer than others. We may have had to discuss it for a little while to get there, because it is such a complicated piece. But
it's so different.
We understood it eventually.
Yeah, it's so different.
It is out there, and this photograph is everything. Without this, it would not have the same impact
Yeah.
or credibility. This image and the fact that this is out there is what really gives the makes it so special.
And just so everyone understands real quick, we're talking about the helmet, not the underwear on this person. So yeah, it is the helmet.
I was gonna say when I first saw this image, because it's an image I was so familiar with having been into some of the concept stuff and always wondering, like, you see these really obscure images pop up from time to time and you wonder, like, what does this trace back to and what was this meant for? And you have little bits and pieces of information that come, and then once the internet hits, you get a little bit more. But it's funny, the reaction, like Steve said at first, was as they were sort of hashing it out and discussing it, I was like, wait a minute, hold on, let me clarify this. This is exactly what we're getting, because I knew immediately what it was and was like so overwhelmingly excited. I didn't want to get my hopes up, and then we were like, yes, this is it. I'm like, okay, this is for real. So yeah, I couldn't be more excited.
I mean, it's quite nice to see the evolution of it, because even at this stage, they've sculpted that, and then then they changed it and they decided they didn't like some aspects of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So here we can see the shoulder bells made it also slightly amended, but obviously the chest completely different.
Yeah, we should clarify an answer to Kathri's question. So first of all, you're just doing the helmet. You're not doing the chest plate or the shoulder bells or anything else here, or the underwear or anything like that. You're doing just the helmet, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then to answer to Kathri's question, this is the life size, full size helmet maquette, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's full scale. Yeah.
And can you just real quick, just so everyone, if anyone's coming into this fresh or whatever, can you just give a quick download of what this is? Like, what, what I mean, Jason, we've alluded to this a couple times. Let's just explain exactly what we're looking at here, and then we can kind of go from there. Whoever.
Oh, so should we let Rob take it over?
I don't care. Whoever.
Well, this is.
Let's hear Rob. Go ahead. Go for it, Rob.
This is a live cast that was done for Empire Strikes Back. On top of it is the sculpture that is being created, which then goes into the creation of the final backformed armor.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a few steps before they've got to the stage where they're actually producing the vac formings.
Yeah, it's like the concept piece to the Snowtrooper and Snowtrooper Commander.
Well, I guess at this stage, this was what they were going to use, and then they're still looking at it. They're still changing their minds, and then they're still adapting it.
Right.
Yeah. So this is literally we're seeing the transitional steps of a work in progress. Of, okay, well, what about this? And it's like, well, let's make this revision. Let's just change this a little bit. Let's change that a little bit. And it wasn't, where you have concept, and that's that word kind of is a little bit of a gray area of this situation, because there's concept, which was, this sort of mind's eye idea of what was being told verbally, and say, hey, this is what I'm kind of envisioning as I hear that. But this is when they were, moving forward with that process. And then, as Rob said, they made a few changes into what we now know as the Snowtrooper Commander.
Yeah.
But it's just fantastic how far along this had come from its initial seed of an idea to what it ended up being on screen. It's fantastic in so many ways.
And Rob, weren't you able to map the features or the defect or uniqueness of this to the actual Snowtrooper helmet that you guys make?
Yeah, so obviously the actual Snowtrooper helmet looks different than this when we see it on screen. But I think the sculpture is how it was intended to look, and then any deviation from the helmet seen on screen from this sculpture is just down to the practicalities of going from the sculpture to the vac form piece, and then how they're built and assembled. The obvious difference would be the difference between the Snow Commander, which has got the hard cowl, which we see sculpted here, as opposed to the soft cowl on the Snowtroopers. And that's something that was done quite last minute in terms of the production of this. So they made all the vac forming tools and then still changed it further to get to the actual Snow Trooper.
Okay.
The Snow Commander, obviously, we see.
So
is a much closer relation to this sculpture.
Robin, so is this Colin's asking sketch, painting, clay sculpt, vac formed? Is that kind of the process that went through the whole way to get to there eventually, or
there'll be a clay from the clay sculpt? There will be a mold made of the clay sculpt.
Okay.
And then the castings that are created from that mold will then become the vac forming tools.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to adding this to the collection. You know, Jason, we really like to get the various variants of different helmets and the history behind them, and just kind of make an entire display around that the final screen use prop, all the history behind it. It's great when you can add that to your display. Huh?
Yeah, it's fantastic for sure.
And just I'm seeing some people in the chat say looks good, looks great. This is the vintage picture. This is the actual vintage shot.
Oh yeah.
This is not Rob's shot of like the final helmet. Like so just so you know, this is like a long time ago. So
yeah, this is from the production in '79.
Right.
For Empire.
That's a good point, Matt. Thanks for clarifying that. We don't want to mislead people into thinking that.
This definitely isn't an RS picture. This is them at Lucas. You know, they're
but this is what this is coming from, right? This is what this is. So
right. So let's address Cothry's another good comment. The word maquette threw me off. I thought this was 6 scale. So what we mean by maquette here is that this is not going to be a wearable helmet.
Right.
Okay. No. This is basically going to be a cast of the I don't know, what is it that you have some. It's going to be solid. It's going to be solid on the inside, right? It's going to be on a mount. It's going to be mounted on a stand, right? And it's basically going to be a cast of what is it that you have right now? What's the thing that you're taking the cast from?
The mold.
Yeah, you know, I might be using the wrong terminology. You casted something, didn't you? Didn't you create a mold from something?
Oh right, yeah. We after quite a few years of negotiation managed to get hold of what we thought was going to be the Snow Commander helmet. In reality, when we actually got hold of the mold, which had been made by a guy who worked on the production. Not a production mold. I think it was a mold that he'd taken for his own personal use because, I don't know, he wanted a souvenir of his work, or who knows why it existed. But thankfully it does, because that is now the only thing that we know of that does still exist of the Snow Commander helmet. So it was the Snow Commander helmet that RS were kind of interested in and were negotiating for such a long time. But then when it actually materialized and we saw it, we were like, holy shit, I know exactly what that is.
Right.
And all because of this photograph.
Right.
So at that point, what we've basically got is this sculpture, and then to get to the Snow Commander helmet, we have to do exactly the same as they did on the production. Make a mold, make the books, modify the books into a vac formable piece. That's another project, but at the same time, this was a piece of Star Wars history for me, and I actually became more excited for this piece than the actual Snow Commander helmet. And the reason why we don't want to make this into a helmet is because it makes no sense. It's not the way it was made originally. This is going to be a fiberglass piece. And by trying to make it into a helmet, it's nonsensical to do that anyway. But in doing that, the way you're going to have to trim the eyes and stuff, you're going to lose some of the details that are really key to this.
Yeah. So with that being said, why don't we go ahead and pop up the pictures so people can see where you're at with this? Does that work, guys?
Yeah. And Steve, while you're pulling up the pictures, a few people that joined late asked the edition size is going to be 75.
No, we'll talk about that. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, my apologies.
Yeah.
No, it's just that they were some people were answering for, so I just wanted to correct to make sure.
Yeah.
Misinformation.
Yeah. We're going to answer it. Yeah. Okay. So you sent me a few pictures, Rob. We'll start off with this one to give some context. Tell us what's going on here.
Okay, so this is the piece inside a fiberglass jacket, and we are producing the silicone mold.
So can you maybe help out somebody who's never had any experience with this before?
Okay.
What's with all the screws all over it and then all the things oozing all around? Is that to make it easier to release it from the mold, or what's?
It's really the main idea behind the hat is just to try and get as much mess as you possibly can.
Much mess.
Totally.
Now there are a couple of reasons that when it comes to mold making, the way we really like to make the mold is we will create the jacket first, and then we will. So what? If you could see inside of there now, what you would see is the piece with a void around the piece and the jacket, and then the rubber, as it gets poured in, is going to fill that void. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
This is actually quite interesting because obviously in my head I'm seeing what's going on. So if you do need any explanation, if that's helping. So what the screws do, they are plugging a slight hole. And the hole is letting air release as it's filling up, and it's also giving us an indication of where the level is. So when you get up to a certain level, you can estimate how much more silicone you're going to need to mix to finish your mold.
It's an interesting process for like I'm very unfamiliar with how all this works step by step, and it's interesting to see.
This is kind of the longer way around it. Another way to do this would be to get the piece, to pour some silicone on, to put some Thixo additive in, to butter it all on and build up your layers, and then to make the jacket on the top. But the problem with that is, as you get the shrinkage in the fiberglass, it kind of contracts a little on your mold. So then, you're already starting to change the finished piece. So by doing it this way, it's just a lot cleaner, and it's a better way of doing it.
Nice.
And then we have this close up of the real action shot here.
The adult toy shop.
You knew that we would appreciate this, right?
Yeah, I think it only works because it's pink, but
it works.
There you go.
It works.
It's puckered up. So what you're actually looking at there is like a clay spout that's been added to a hole, just a hole that's cut in the fiberglass jacket. And that is
you don't let Paulie near this kind of stuff, right?
No.
I mean, that would be that would be a mess.
No, it's difficult enough to get him to keep his clothes on. I mean, something like this going on, it's not going to be good.
No.
So you are at the point now where you can start casting them, and
yes.
And so when do you? So I guess this is like a test run to make sure everything's working out well, and you're going to be casting them soon, or
this will be the first production mold. This is actually complete now, and we have cast the piece out of that, which is the one I was hoping to show you tonight. I was actually going to message you and say, shall we postpone one more day, and then I'll have everything together in one piece. And I went on Facebook and saw the announcement. Oh yeah, Rob's coming on, and we're going to talk about it tonight. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to have to suck it up and explain we're a day late.
Yeah, we can do another one soon anyway to kind of look at more stuff. So
Yeah, there are. I mean, there are some interesting questions. So, I mean, it's probably a good time to get some feedback and get some people's ideas.
Sure.
That are watching. That's for sure.
Yeah. So let's show. So you're expecting now to, when are you expecting to be able to start actually casting these?
We will probably be rolling on this tomorrow.
Nice.
Crazy.
Woo! Nice.
So the first piece is out, which is going to be our kind of prototype to show. So what we've done with this, we got a mold, we created one from the mold, we tidied that up because there was some mold damage in the mold that was made by the guy in the production. We created we created a master, and then this is the mold that we are now using, and that's the one that this first one has been taken from.
Okay, very good. The next thing that we can talk about is the edition size. So just to clarify, Jason was talking about an edition size of 75. So originally we were talking about doing 50. And then we had a wait list on that 50, and we wanted to kind of get an idea. Okay, how big is this wait list going to be? Are we going to have 100 more people asking for this? Are we going to have a handful of people? And the wait list was manageable enough that we thought, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and convert everybody who's on the wait list to get a piece? And then we did a little bit of extra because it's been 4 months since we announced this. And we figured that we've had a number of new people join the group, and we wanted to make it available to more people. So we've settled on an edition size of 75. So what's going to happen is if you were a member of the group, there'll be a post in the group. I'll reopen it. I'll create a new one probably for any new interest, and I'll do that soon. I'm not sure exactly when. Either tonight or tomorrow, I'll create that post, and you guys can all jump on it. When we fill up the remaining slots, up when we get up to 75, then I'll go back to adding and starting a new wait list. And then that wait list will work like before. If people drop off, we can convert the wait list, but it's not a guaranteed conversion at this point. Those who were on the wait list already have been converted. So surprise! I think that's really cool. I really wanted to get the people on the wait list in the run. So thanks to Rob and his team for being willing to make that many.
I think we've got maybe 12 hours to confirm. I mean, if we're going with 75 now, we've got about 12 hours until that is kind of set in stone, because at that point the signature plaques need to be ordered.
Speaking of signature plaques, here is the signature plaque, and there's a little bit of a surprise here. Rob, what's going on here?
Yeah,
well, we thought we'd put your logo. Oh, you're not talking about that. You're talking about the signatures.
They're going to take our logo off. Is what
okay, so the interesting thing about the signatures on this one is we were looking for somebody that was connected directly with this piece, and interestingly enough, it turns out we were looking in the wrong place. But with some good research and with Simon, who is all credit to Simon, he's, when it comes to this stuff and the people who worked on the movie, he's got his finger on the pulse, and he asked the right people. So we found someone to sign who is directly connected with it, and it was a nice marriage, and it was again another Bob Ross moment. It was totally unexpected, and it was just dropped in a conversation, and then it was like, wait, what? Just roll back. What did you just say? So that was signature one. We don't want to reveal them just yet, because I think when we've got the whole piece, I think it's going to look better to reveal it.
Yeah.
But it is a good signature. It marries so well with the piece, and we were like, that's it, we've got it, we've nailed it. That's gonna be the icing on the cake.
So Colin's guessed it, and my connection to it is those are actually my underwear on the mannequin. So we thought, what better signature to have, right?
Guys, the plaque, just the plaque's going to come with a box of matches, and we want you to, so you can burn the plaque when Steve signs the plaque. You can burn it because it's worthless if he signs it. Just like any of us signing it. What a worthless piece of shit that would be.
So that was the first signature.
Yeah.
Then, but the wheels were already in motion, and this is quite good because this has been. Although it's been 4 months, did we say, since we announced it at the end of May, there's not been a great deal of progress. And then in the last on the signature thing, and then in the last, I don't know, 2.5 weeks, there's two people connected to it, and we'd already kind of committed and organized with the first person, and they were great anyway because the connection's so good. And then we found the next person. We're like, you can't not have that person. So we just thought, hey, let's just make it a double signature. Why not?
Yeah.
Nice.
And the second signature is not Ross Beedman. So just in case, it's not Phil Tippett. It's not people that literally sign everything. So we're gonna get. It'll be good. It'll be good.
Is Ross the guy, the youngling?
The youngling.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
He's a great guy. I honestly, you want that one? Get the back of the signature plaque signed. You'll do it. Yeah. So obviously the size of this plaque is, as anyone who would have one of our signature edition helmets currently, with the extra on the bottom, just to give you some idea of the size of the thing. It's not like a dinner plate.
Very good.
Rob, if only we can get a triple. Keep it triple.
Triple. Hey, Steve, what's the single signature? Was that the one they were gonna do before?
Yeah, I can pull that. Let me go back to that. So that was the design when we were gonna either do one or two separate plaques.
Yeah. Okay.
And and we talked a little bit about it, and having it on one plaque just felt better.
Yeah, we like the idea of the shape of the helmet with a plaque either side.
Right.
But there's still other ideas that we are thinking about to even that up. So
cool. Watch this space.
That may happen. It's not another signature, by the way.
Cool.
Okay. It just might be a nice little touch that I've got a little germ of an idea for.
Cool.
Oh, very good. Very cool. So we talked about how you start on it this week. So and anything that Rob says now is not a commitment unless he says so, right? We just want to kind of give people a rough idea of timelines moving forward. Rob, what else? Is there anything else that you can share as far as your thoughts on timeline moving forward?
It's not really. I would say not at this moment. We're going to start producing some. We may decide that we want to make a second mold to run concurrently with the first mold. So that's probably something that we will look at. And the reason for that is we're probably not going to use one mold for the entire run. So rather than use one mold until you kill it and then make another mold,
right,
which again would be, shall we say, the more typical way that someone would handle a run like this. If we make a second mold at the beginning, then we can make kind of almost twice, make them twice as quickly.
Right.
Very cool.
with the with the same with your same mold numbers, etc. So
Yeah.
so we're probably going to look at that. But there are still some questions. We've got a prototype base. We've got a nice big fat chunky pole to sit this on, something that he deserves.
Nice.
So go ahead. Sorry.
The underside of it, as we will see in the next video, is all finished and smooth. So it's full. So it's not like just a hole with a that you can see up inside of it. It's finished properly, and that's going to sit on the pole, which has got some girth to it.
Yeah, it does.
In fitting with the size of the piece.
Nice.
So all that is to come, and we're very happy with how that's looking and how that's working out. Tomorrow we'll have the pole, the helmet, the base, the plaque, everything mocked up so we can see the size and evaluate it. So probably what we'll do is come back again when you can have us in a week, 10 days, or I think it will be that quickly, so that we can finalize the what it's going to actually look like.
We'll get to this in just a second, but I just want to reiterate, everybody heard it here first. They're going to suspend the Y-Wing and the Boba Fett production,
Yeah, exactly.
and they're going to work on this right away.
Paulie's going to work on the pole alone in another room. Yeah.
So that's not actually happening. That's not happening.
Go.
Chat freaks out.
Yeah, I know. Right?
So luckily we have other guys on the team.
Yeah.
This is essentially one for the fiberglass shop. So
you don't work on one thing at a time, Rob? You don't just do one thing the whole crew?
Try not to. Try not to.
I know. So helmet color paint sort of thing. What's we wanted to talk about this today. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah. For me, I saw the piece, saw the thing, thought, damn, we should make this. This would be really nice, and it needs to be grey. And that's how my mind has been set since my first laying eyes on it. But just recently, I was wondering whether people might actually prefer a white version. So I don't know whether the whole run should be grey, the whole run should be white, or we should mix it up a bit.
Rob, if it's if it is gray, will the pieces on the mask be white like they are in the photo here, or will they also be the same color?
White, like the photograph.
So it would be a gray helmet with the two round plugs would be white.
Yeah.
See,
Yes.
I like that because I guess it depends on what people have in their collection, but like I've got the Snowtrooper and the Sand Trooper. I've got a lot of white there. It would be nice to kind of have that as a different piece to not all just like match everything else.
So just for anyone who's looking at the photo, the two white discs are obviously something that's been added, that was laying around or made to be added, and then it's been placed on the sculpt there. Now that wasn't part of the mold, so those two discs are not going to be part of they're not going to be cast into the finished piece. What we're going to do is we're going to create those two pieces, which will probably attach by magic, so that you can take them off or put them on.
Okay. Yeah. We would like to get everybody's opinion in the chat right now. Please let us know. I like to have it match the picture, right? As it was being made, right?
Right.
But I could see why you might want something else, and it's worth just having the conversation, right? So
yeah, like Irish Jedi says, I'm in favor of painting the maquette white.
Mm-hmm.
Just real quick, just to clarify, Rob, Colin was saying that the one you had on our last video in the background was painted white, but that was actually gray. It was just a lighting that made it look white, correct? Or am I wrong?
We've not had a white one of these.
Yeah, no, it was just a lighting, right? They gave it.
It could be, unless it was the the ABS one that we were building up to that we're trying to create the Snow Commander out of.
And see, this right here this is what I'm kind of. I mean, CC is saying the same thing, but it could be confused. If you, let's say you did actually get, because you guys are making an actual like Snowtrooper Commander helmet. So if someone else gets that and puts these next to each other, which would be a great display option, there's no there's not a whole lot of differentiation between the two. I mean, they will look different, but
yeah, I think they are going to look quite different, even next to each other. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, right.
It's it's a tricky one.
Yeah,
it's a tricky
so,
one.
Rob, real quick, the more I look at this picture, the more the more I realize those appear to be like finger marks from sculpting the helmet. Is the actual helmet that you have, does it have those sculpt marks all over it?
It does, yeah. It does, yeah. They're maybe not as defined there because they may have smoothed it out a little before before they've made the mold. But it's not. Don't think of it as a smooth finished piece. I'll get some close up images of it, but it's not. It's not completely smooth. It's you can tell that it's a little uneven.
The reason why I ask is because I think the color might also affect how well we see those finger marks. I think maybe with the white, it might bleach it out somewhat, whereas with the gray, we have a piece. It's Han Solo carbonite cast from Nick Maley, and he did it in gray, and you can really see the sculpt work really well, even without additional lighting. He recommends additional lighting on it. But even without it, you could see the sculpt marks on it, and I really like that as part of it. So,
and my vote is like what Colin's saying here. Like, shouldn't it be exactly how it was? Like exactly how it was, right? Isn't that what you want? Versus if you paint it white, you're just making a choice to paint it white, right? I mean, I don't know. Unless maybe there's I don't know if there's a version that is white. That's I don't know. What the hell do I know? But,
if there's a reason for doing it white, give the reason in the chat. It'd be interesting to talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, now's the time. Definitely speak up. Let's the feedback is very helpful and good direction on this.
Yeah. So that's super cool. What else do we need to talk about here? I know the. Did we talk about this yet or not? How will the order? Oh yeah. So when it's going, so we won't actually do the ordering until it is close to done. We talked about the waitlist conversion, the edition size, and the dual plaque. All right. What else? Is there anything else we need to talk about, Rob, on your list there?
Steve, when it gets to that point, are you just taking that straight list, giving it to RS, and then RS are contacting them? Are we contacting people? Like, do you know how that's going to work? Do we have any idea?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet. I think we need to work out those mechanics, but we will limit who can order it to the list. They won't be anybody. You won't be able to circumvent that list, right?
Okay. Yep.
And I've maintained that list since we originally put up the post, and I'll just convert all those waitlisters and then add new people until we hit 75, right? But with Michael, we have it figured out. We know how we do with Michael. We haven't done one of these with Rob yet, so we'll figure that out. I want to make this. Make sure you tell her I want to make this as easy for Andrea as possible. So make sure you probably let Andrea help us decide how to do this.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. She does the the vulgar part. And the logistics and stuff. So. Yeah, there's probably going to be some emails flying around, I would have thought. Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Anything else on your list there, Rob? I know there was a set of things that you wanted to talk about.
No, I've gone through all of my notes. Do we
have any idea on price at all, guys? I mean, I know some people have mentioned price. Do we know? Is there anything happening?
It's difficult until we've got the exact the base and all the bits and pieces together, so we can look at it as a whole, rather than just sticking our finger in the air. We want to make it competitive and realistic to what we do and what it is and what people are expecting. So it's not going to be shocking, I don't think.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But it's good.
No, Mando, I don't think we're doing anything other than a helmet version of this.
Just the helmet maquette. Yeah.
No,
So
it's just that piece.
Yeah.
But you still are doing a Snowtrooper Commander, right?
Yes, at some point that's probably going to be a 2022. 2022. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't even know what year we're in now. I'm still in lockdown.
Yeah.
That's I wouldn't have thought that's going to happen this year. We've actually mapped out all of our episodes for the videos up until the end of the year today.
Cool.
So we've got a rough idea of where we're going and what we're doing for the next few months. So that's nice to have a focus.
Okay. Any questions from the chat before we? I'll scroll back, see if did we miss anything here. But if there are any more questions, let us know.
Let's see. Yeah, and Irish Jedi saying something about and I understand the difference between wanting something painted and not.
Yeah.
I totally appreciate that. The thing is for me is that because RS are making the actual Snowtrooper Commander helmet, for real, the for reals helmet, then it seems like you wouldn't want something that is kind of similar. But I mean, shit, I don't know.
Well, you can get it painted. You just get the production piece, right? You get the painted production, the final thing. If you want the if you want the in progress piece, it looks like the in progress piece, right? But I understand his point, because I say the same thing about the Tauntaun. I really didn't like the Tauntaun as it was cast, right? As the maquette. I always wanted that painted, and I know it's inconsistent, but I can't explain.
But Steve, you're not wrong there. You could get that and get it painted as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it sucks because you have to take that extra step. But
we can't. It's not like we can remove the paint, right? So you can always paint it if you want, but you can't unpaint it, really. So
yeah. We'll see, guys. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what Rob and their team want to do, and you never know. We'll see what they decide. But
yeah, very good. Well, I'm not seeing any other new questions here. I think there was David asked a question about Gold Leader. Any comment on Gold Leader real quick there, Rob?
We have kind of suspended all the X-Wing stuff because we are completing all the Y-Wing stuff. So the paint guys are working on the Y-Wings at the moment, and we will come back to that. I think we are on the Y-Wings, the 50s are the ones that are about to ship, and the 60s we have quite a good chunk of the painting done on those. I think we're looking at a couple of weeks for the 60s to be done, and then we'll be on to the 70s. So the focus is to get those finished before the end of the year, and if we can do it sooner, then that would be even better.
Great.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, thanks, Rob, for joining us today and giving everybody the update. This is really exciting. It's really good to see it moving forward.
Yeah.
Thrilled about the dual signatures.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's turned out real nice, because at the beginning we were like, we really wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Get a signature just to be the cherry on top. And for months there was like, can't find anything, and then two come along just at once.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing your additional photos tomorrow. And thanks for everybody who joined us. I'm really excited about this. So look for a post coming soon, today or tomorrow, for the additional spots that are going to be
any new spots. So everyone that's on it is already on it. New
Yep.
spots are what we're talking about.
Yeah. And if you want to confirm that you're on it, go ahead and ping me. I'll confirm. And there we go. All right. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.
Okay.